John Lusk here of Lusk Archery Adventures. Serious testing, successful hunting. Today I'm going to be testing another head by NAP. Thanks to a buddy of mine, Craig Harvey. Craig's been like really donating a lot of heads. Thank you for that, Craig. I'm going to be testing this NAP Spitfire 3TI. Okay, it's really similar to the original Spitfire, but has some differences to it as well. So I'm going to be testing it with my 2023 Broadhead test process. And for a detailed description of that, check out the video that I put out earlier this year called 2023 Broadhead test process. And you can also read about it and see the scores of each of the tests and how this head did in each of those tests in the description right below this video. I'm going to be using my Bowtech CP28 set at 72 pounds, 27-inch arrow, 27-inch draw, and I'm using Bishop FOC King arrows for most of the shooting, and then Bishop FAD eliminators for the really hard impact stuff. All right, let's zoom in and go through some of the design features and specifications, and then put this 3TI to the test. Here's a good look at the head in the closed position, and a lot of cool things going on here. Very similar to the Spitfire, but in the 3TI, one of the biggest differences is the ferrule. It's not aluminum, but it's made out of a single piece machine, CNC machine, out of a single piece of grade 5 titanium. Then you notice the tip is a different tip from the other Spitfire as well, the original Spitfire. That's got a really nice cutting diameter to it and really nice chisel tip to it, and it seems really sharp. So I like that tip. And you'll notice too that the edges of it are in the opposite direction as the blades. Sometimes broadheads align the tip with the blades, and that usually helps with penetration, but this is going to help with total cut. Okay, it's cutting extra because it's cutting in these non-cutting planes. So really you're cutting in 6 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's kind of cool. And now the blades are held in place just by friction. Okay, there's no O-rings, there's no retention clips or anything to mess with. As they impact an animal, the hide, they hit this dull portion right here, and they're forced back into their open position like that. And that open position has a cutting diameter of 1.5 inches, just like the Spitfire does. Now, another thing that's different from the Spitfire is these blades are not offset. Okay, they're in the center of the ferrule, as you see. The Spitfire had offset blades, which gives a different kind of wound channel than these would. These are more classic design. And again, the blades are 0.031 inches thick of stainless steel. So really eager to put this 3TI to the test and see how it performs. It took 200 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 10 on a 10-point scale. It penetrated 7 3/4 inches. And here's the opening, which is just the head in the closed position, as is common with a front deploying or over-the-top deploying broadhead. But you can see those 3 blades from the tip in between the 3 main blades in the closed position. So that's kind of cool, seeing those 6 cuts there. It took an extra 50 grams of force to cut through the wire, which is a 9 on a 10-point scale. It penetrated through 40 layers. And just a couple notes here. First, it lost a blade in the cardboard, which is pretty rare and, man, doesn't bode well for its durability. But we'll see how the other durability tests go. And the blade just broke off, as you can see there. And then the other note is the tip is pretty narrow and small. And so about the last inch of penetration is not really from the main blades, but just from that tip. And the penetration was aided because it had 1 less blade as well. So here it is after just 1 shot through the MDF. Normally I do 3 shots, but this one lost 2 blades after just 1 shot. And you can see they broke off the same place that they broke off in the cardboard layers. So here's the head after the durability tests, if you can call it that. Remember, it lost a blade even in the cardboard, and then it didn't make it through the MDF round because it lost 2 blades there. So it never made it to the steel plate, but I went ahead and shot it into the cinder block to test the ferrule strength, and it held together quite well, penetrated fairly deeply into the cinder block. So what'd you think? You know, it has some advantages over the original Spitfire, but then it takes away some of the strengths of that Spitfire, like those offset blades. And then it loses even more durability, and the Spitfire isn't one of the most durable over-the-top deploying mechanicals. This one is one of the weaker over-the-top deploying mechanicals. Was really disappointed in the durability overall. But you check out the score sheet and see how it performed in the areas that mattered to you the most. See if it might be a good fit for you. And stay tuned for the overall cumulative score as well as the corresponding LUS grade.